Hi guys. Well, obviously I'm not at work. Not happy, but if you watch last week's vlog, you'll see on what was it, Wednesday morning. I signed off Wednesday morning from you guys. Finished the vlog early because I'd had a bit of a mishap the night before, and I was in quite considerable pain, shall we say. Um, yeah, I've been complaining for a few weeks that I've got a sore knee, and it's been getting progressively worse to the point where Wednesday was just absolute agony. Struggle with my ramps, etc. Go watch the vlog, you'll see me whining and nearly crying on film. I got to the doctor's. Well, I spoke to the office and I managed to put 2 days holiday in for Thursday and Friday. The plan was to get through Wednesday and get to the doctors on Thursday morning. But after I gave up, basically. I quit. I spoke to the office and they just sent me straight back to Markham Vale. Parked my truck up. One of the flexi drivers, they don't call him that now, but one of the other drivers came in and took over my truck, and he's out in it for the rest of the week. Sent me home. I got an appointment. Well, my wife got me an appointment at the doctor's. Been to the doctor's. She had a prod and a poke about my knee, and it turns out I've got a cyst. Apparently, it's something called a Baker cyst. It's just a fluid sac that builds up on the back of your knee. Apparently, quite often people get them and just don't have no symptoms. The problem I've got is it's pressing on a nerve, which is giving me all the pain. I've got pain relief, and I've just got to rest. So I'm off now until Monday. Hopefully, I should be back in Monday. Go from there. So I've spent the day editing. So this is last week's vlog that I'm editing. Because obviously this is next Wednesday that you'll see this, and the one I'm editing, the one I'm editing will have been out on the Sunday morning. Hopefully I get it out on time this week. So while that's doing, I'm watching a bit of Kev T. Hunt Telly is on YouTube. It turns out, if you remember a couple of vlogs back, Tight Roads and Unimogs. I was delivering Unimogs. I delivered them down to Ipswich, and then last week, in fact, no, when you watch this, it'll be 2 weeks ago, I moved them from Ipswich to the Cotswolds. Turns out Kev T, pointing over there, but you can't see, I'm pointing. I'm pointing at Telly. Kev T was actually there for the day, a Mercedes Experience Day, test driving these Unimogs. So it's a small world, isn't it? It's cool. So, question of the week last week provoked a bit of controversy. Nobody's come up with any proof yet, which is what I asked for, about the legalities regarding your 15-minute walk around, or your daily checks, as it's legitimately called. So I'm still waiting on proof. Nobody's given me proof, and that's what I asked for, proof. Not your assumption or what you've been told. I want proof. Piece of documentation. So this week's question of the week goes to Simon Gunning. He contacted me and asked me the difference between a driving brake and a working time directive brake. Well, this is my take on it. Again, tell me I'm wrong, but this is my take on it. If, as a driver, a tachograph regulated driver, you can drive a maximum of 4.5 hours. After that 4.5 hours, you need to take a 45-minute break. Anybody who works for a living can only work a maximum of 6 hours and then has to take a minimum of 15 minutes break. The TACO rules and the working time directive rules, which is the 15-minute break, is a working time directive rule. That governs anybody in any working environment in the UK. The tachograph and the working time directive rules work together. So, for example, let's say I start work at, for easy math, we'll say 7 o'clock in the morning. I start work at 7 o'clock in the morning. Again, easy math. I do a half-hour walk-around check just to make life easy. And then I drive for 2.5 hours. That means I've been on duty. I've been working for 3 hours. Okay? So I get to site and I'm being told there's going to be 4 hours delay before I'm tipped, for example. So I've already worked 3 hours, half-hour working time, half-hour daily checks, 2.5 hours driving, so that's 3 hours on duty. If I then sit for another 3 hours doing nothing, I legally have to take a 15-minute break after 6 hours, or within 6 hours. Regardless of what driving time I've done, because obviously in driving time I don't need to take a driving break for another 2 hours of driving. And then that comes in again at 9 hours, and I believe it's a half-hour break at 9 hours. I could be wrong at that because I've never experienced that. I've always had driving breaks within there. A driving break, so a driving period break, on your tacho also covers for your working time. So if I drive, so we'll say the same scenario, I start at 7 o'clock, 7:30 I leave the yard, I drive for 4.5 hours, that means I've only worked 5 hours. I take a 45-minute break then, because my 4.5 hour driving hours are up, so my tacho tells me I need a break, which is a minimum of 4.5. I can then carry on working after that. After over the 6 hours, I don't need to take another break. It's very, very confusing. Very confusing. Very confusing. Well, that's the essence. Working time directive covers anybody in who works in the UK. The driving hours obviously only covers the tachograph regulated drivers. I keep looking outside because we've got gas men working outside. They're putting gas mains into the house. We've got stupid storage heaters and it's crap. And it's freezing. So yeah, that's the essence. So Simon Gunning, there's my take on your question. I think I got that one right. I don't think I winged my way through that one. But that's how I do it. I said in last week's mini vlog, last Wednesday, that I'd try and coerce my little girl into playing flute. Nah, she's not having any of it. She don't want to be on film. So I figured, Fat Boy, mountain bike. I've mentioned it a few times in vlogs. Have a watch of this bit of a montage and see what you think to my pathetic attempt at mountain biking. Yeah, I'll get back to you afterwards. See what you think.
Maybe I'm a bird following the seasons. This is what I've learned. I'm different for a reason. Kept the engine on, never stay too long. I'm alright, I don't mind being restless. Something in your eye made me stay up night. I can see you are different too. Love me like a stranger, like a melody, flowing wild and free. Love me like a stranger, let it be unique. Run away with me. Love me like a, love me like a, love me like a, love me like a stranger. first met, couldn't keep my hands away. I was speechless when we first met. Yeah, you took the pain away, didn't mind my scars, then my broken heart. Life was dull until you came. Now I see in color again. It could rain, I don't mind if it pours, 'cause I'm right next to you, to you. Come rain or come shine, I don't mind, 'cause I'm right next to you. It's you, right next to you, to you, next to you, next to you. Next to you, right next to you, to you, next to you. Never thought I'd feel this high. The sky has never felt this close.
Do it! Do it! Crash! Crash! No! You didn't crash! That's just poor. That's about closest we're going to get to you binning it.
Until you came, now I see in color.
I nearly fell off. I did fall off at one point. It's all good fun though. It's a laugh. It's better than sitting on my fat ass doing nothing, isn't it? So yeah, it's good fun. Talking about fat ass, you seen my weight loss last week? £4 off. So shall we do it? Oh well, here we go. Where are we? Last week's weight. This week's weight. The difference. Who knows what it is? Because it's only Friday and I'm getting weighed in tomorrow morning. It's only Friday when I'm recording this, obviously. So I get weighed in tomorrow. So hopefully it's good. Hopefully it's pretty good. I touched on the main vlog, which came out on Sunday, the weekly vlog about my addiction. It was an addiction, simple as. It was an addiction to energy drinks. I can't believe for a second that that's not making a massive difference to my weight loss. Don't know. We'll see. Yeah. So I hope you enjoy the vlogs. The audio on the main vlog, I'm pretty sure is a hell of a lot better. I'm still messing about with where we at. This one. This is obviously my phone I'm recording on. I think I'm gonna have a play about next week. What I might do next week is put the GoPro in the window, pointing out the front. I might use the 8-man that I've got, the action camera, and use that as a face camera, and I might just record audio on here. It's a little bit more editing, but the quality of footage from inside should be a lot better then. We'll see how we get on. So as always, ladies and gentlemen, thanks for running along with me, even though we've not been anywhere. We're sat on the sofa. And we will catch you next week on Sunday. Take care, guys. Speak to you again. Bye for now.